Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. The whole thing crashed. So, but we'll see if it works again now. I don't know. 706-510-6817. Good morning. You're on with UNCLELOU.
Uncle Lou, what's going on? This is Will Matt, Air Force guy. What's happening, man?
What's up, buddy?
Go Dogs first and foremost.
That's right.
Man, I got a scenario that I'll bring to you that's kind of random to thought about. So Trevor Lawrence and
You're gonna have to speak up a little bit. I can't hear you.
Trevor Lawrence and Kelly Bryant situation, right? It's all on the news. Everybody's talking about it. My thing is this: how do you feel with Trevor Lawrence taking over for Kelly Bryant? Obviously, he outplayed him. Kelly Bryant is not given the production that they think could beat Alabama later on down the road or Ohio State or whatever. So they got Trevor Lawrence in there now to start. Granted, it could have just been for one game against Syracuse, but most likely he probably was going to start for the rest of the year is what I'm assuming. But my question is, how much do you think that will affect how Justin Fields, kind of like his rival, right, when them coming in, both highly touted, the same class, how do you think that affects Fields when he looks at a Jake Fromm, who is a good quarterback, however, has kind of sleptwalked and stumbled through the first few games of the season, has not looked as sharp as he's been, and he's not getting nearly as much playing time as I think he should be getting. But yet Dabo Swinney can make the choice and go ahead and say, you know what, Trevor, not only will we give you playing time, but if you do well, we'll reward you and we'll allow you to beat out the incumbent starter. How much do you think that will affect Justin Fields on the outlook of how Georgia's playing the two-quarterback situation right now?
Okay, I'm going to hang up and answer that because I can hardly hear a word you're saying. It's a totally different situation at Georgia. Jake Fromm is a better quarterback than Kelly Bryant. Kelly Bryant is not that good of a quarterback, in my opinion. I think Jake Fromm is better, so the situations are not the same to me. If you watch the Clemson-Alabama game last year, it was clear that Kelly Bryant was – I'm not going to say it was all Kelly Bryant's fault they lost that game, but it was clear Kelly Bryant didn't have what it took against good defenses. Jake Fromm didn't have a great game against Alabama, but he had a really, really good game. And Alabama makes it tough on a lot of quarterbacks. So, not having a great game against Alabama isn't a knock. But Jake Fromm had a good game against Alabama. It's a totally different situation here. So I don't really see the analogy other than the fact that Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields are both freshmen and come from the state of Georgia. But the quarterback situations at Clemson and Georgia are totally different. I mean, Kelly Bryant Kelly Bryant's a senior, isn't he? So he's going to take a redshirt year this year and play again. I mean, Kelly Bryant's at his ceiling. He's been there 4 years. He's not getting any better. He is what he is. Jake Fromm has started 18 games now. He's only a sophomore. He's hopefully still getting better. So I don't really get the comparison there. Good morning. You're on with UNCLELOU.
Hi, Lou. This is Leticia. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my husband loves to watch you, so I get to hear a lot of your things, and I am a Florida fan.
Uh-oh.
But I do hear some of the phone calls that you get, and I think some of us, or not us, because obviously not me, but our team, they're just not good this year, and I understand it. And I still go to the games, and I cheer them on, and I support them. But some of the people that call you and some of the things they say, they just sound dumb. And I think they just need to realize that this year it's just not going to happen. It didn't happen last year, it didn't happen this year, probably not next year either. But there's nothing wrong with, being there, supporting them, and just cheering them on, even though they suck. But
yeah.
My husband is a huge UGA fan, and I hear you all the time, and just the phone calls, again, some of the phone calls I hear, I think they need to go sit down somewhere.
Well, you know, fan is short for fanatic, and you know, different people act different ways, and there's nothing wrong with being confident in your team and stuff like that. I know some of the phone calls that you're talking about, and I agree with what you're saying. But the thing with Florida is, are they like in Tennessee's shape? No. I mean, Tennessee's been like really, really bad for 10 years. Florida's had a couple of bad years over the last 5 or 6 seasons. They've got an experienced head coach. Tennessee's got a new coach. I mean, Florida's in a much better position to get it turned around than a team like Tennessee is.
And
winning 4 games is ridiculous.
School like it is.
Yeah, I mean, Florida's not a 4-win team.
It's going to come back.
Right, exactly. I mean, there's tons of high school talent down there. And you know, you guys are going to win at least 8 games this year, maybe 9. We'll see what happens this weekend against Mississippi State. I think that'll be a good game. If you guys can beat Mississippi State, then I think you can probably get to 9 wins, possibly even
like
10.
From last week's game, they got a little confidence now.
Yeah.
They haven't really been winning. So
that was a big
maybe
win.
They got a little confidence. Maybe we'll see something different.
Yeah. I mean,
Hopefully.
Listen, I'm a Georgia fan, so I love it when Florida is terrible. I just have to. But it's college football is more exciting when Florida is good. The Georgia-Florida game is more exciting when both teams are good. So I want Florida to be pretty good, but just not quite good enough to beat Georgia. Yeah. So, I mean, you guys will get it turned around. I mean, like you said, it might not be this year, but I think you guys are headed in the right direction with Dan Mullen. Even though I crack some jokes on him from time to time, you know, he's been around a long time, so he knows what he needs to do, and if he can get a couple of recruiting classes in there, then I think it won't be long before Florida will be back to competing in the SEC.
Yep. All right, well, it was nice talking to you. You have a good night.
You too. Thanks for the call. 706-510-6817. Yeah.
Whoa, Todd, woo!
Good morning, you're on with Uncle Lou.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Comic Dude 45, what's up?
What's up, buddy? Who's Rutgers playing this week?
Indiana. We're 2+ touchdown favorite. An underdog, sorry.
2-touchdown underdog to Indiana. In football, you say?
In football. Like, it's not good for us.
Yeah, rough year there in Piscataway or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough year. We're right now we're a bad team. Like, we have no offense, no defense. It's a dumpster fire.
Yeah, no doubt.
Now, can we get turned around in 2 years with either Chris Ash or some other coach? Sure, but this year, I really don't see it.
Did you say you lived in New Jersey? I can't remember.
I do live in New Jersey. I'm actually a student at Rutgers.
And forgive me for being an idiot and not knowing the exact location of Rutgers, but about where in New Jersey is that?
It's in the central Jersey area, like the New Brunswick, Piscataway area. Just so you know, for all the haters online, central Jersey exists.
Okay. Are there Rutgers haters online?
What's that?
You said for all the haters. I'm asking, are there are Rutgers haters?
People who don't believe in the existence of central Jersey.
Gotcha. Let's get to what people really want to know, though. Okay?
Yeah, sure.
Have you been to the Bing?
What thing?
The Bing. B-I-N-G.
The Bing?
Yeah.
No, I have not.
Why?
I've never heard of it.
The Sopranos, sir?
Yeah, never heard. I think I've heard of The Sopranos, but that was like a long time ago.
Did you just say? Whoa! Did you just say you think you've heard of The Sopranos?
Hello?
Yes. Did you just say you think you've heard of The Sopranos? Like,
yes,
as in
exactly
you're
what I
not
said.
sure. So, like, you're not sure.
Yes, I'm not sure.
Okay. You need to watch The Sopranos, buddy. You're from New Jersey, sir.
No, more the Long Island area. I moved relatively recently.
What part of Long Island, sir?
The Oyster Bay area. I think Billy Joel used to live there, if you know of him.
Yes, he lives on the island. Not Long Island, the whatchamacallit island, off of, what's it called? I've been to his house. So, I have family in Oyster Bay, sir. I have family in Oyster Bay, sir.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Been up there a bunch of times, sir. So. And what's the name of that island? I can't remember where Billy Joel lives. What's the name of that island?
It is Oyster Bay. That's Long Island.
No, come on. You have to drive out, like, over this bridge to get to the island that Billy Joel lives on, and it's a neighborhood.
Yeah, there's the Frogneck and the I think it's the Cross Island Bridge.
Yeah, sounds about right. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's get back. We're getting off track here. Back to The Sopranos. You don't know what The Sopranos is?
Yeah. No, I honestly don't. Like,
have you ever? I'm gonna take a wild guess here and say you've never been to Satriali's either. Then.
No, I have not.
You've never been to the pork store.
No, I haven't, but I have been to Atlantic City.
I can't. It would be impossible for me to exaggerate the amount of disappointment I have in you right now.
I'm sorry.
Is there any way you can fix this?
Well, I do have some free time on my hands after the game. Like, I have to be there because, little fun fact, I'm in the Rutgers marching band. I'm a trumpet player.
Oh, that's amazing. That's cool. Seriously. Somebody else called that was in another team's band, and I can't remember who it was. Anyway, we're getting off track again. You have to watch The Sopranos, man.
Sopranos, yeah.
I mean,
I suppose
it's only the best series in modern American TV history. So. Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. Listen, good luck to Rutgers this weekend, please, and everything. When you call back in here next time,
yeah.
I want you to tell me about episode 1 of The Sopranos when you call back in next time. So hopefully that will be soon.
Sure.
But next time you call in, we're going to talk about episode 1 of season 1 of The Sopranos. Okay?
Okay. Before I forget, shout-outs.
Hurry.
Okay, so yeah, just Clemson, Carson, Mike Reiser, and Argan at 10. And I'm not giving any more shout-outs to, like, those who've gotten it already. That's my policy.
Right, and no more shout-outs till you watch episode 1 of The Sopranos. So
yeah, that's it.
Thank you for the call, and have a great day. I cannot believe there's a person alive that has not seen The Sopranos. That's a problem that needs to be fixed immediately. I mean, I've done my job. I've pointed out the problem. You've recognized it. Now fix it, sir. How is this? You've not seen the Sopranos? Good morning, though.
Uncle Lou, man, how you doing? It's Reasonable Guy.
Oh, what's up, buddy?
Hey, man, I thought I'd go ahead and answer your suspicion from the last caller. I'm the other one that called who was in the marching band. I was in the marching band in Alabama.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. I remembered one of the callers had mentioned that before, and I just couldn't remember who it was. That's right. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, it was actually a really cool time. I actually got to go to the national championship game way out in Pasadena, California at the Rose Bowl.
Oh, wow.
So, by the way, the Rose Bowl sucks at the stadium.
Really?
The only thing it has going for it is the history.
Yeah.
It's incredibly uncomfortable to sit in.
Yeah.
It's very, very tight. I'm not sure how much they say it holds, but it only holds that much because you are squeezing shoulder to shoulder with whoever you're sitting with.
Yeah, I can imagine.
he has a cool trip.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not gonna keep it for a long time. This time I know my calls tend to go pretty long, but I just wanted to call and laugh for a minute at that Florida and Tennessee game, man.
Right.
We said that it was going to be an entertaining but bad football, but good Lord, I'm not sure if I've ever seen any worse football play, particularly on the Tennessee side.
It was bad. What they had, ended up with, what, 6 turnovers?
You know, they said 6 turnovers, and I always thought a safety was counted as a turnover because you're literally given the ball, but apparently it isn't. So
Yeah.
in my mind, it's really 7.
Yeah. Yeah, bad. And like one of the turnovers was right around the goal line where they were about to score. Another one was around the 20-yard line in the red zone. I mean, so if you think about it, and I know, you know, Florida fan is beating their chest just like they did after week 1 when they beat Charleston Southern. But I mean, if you really look at it, number 1, it's Tennessee, okay? The 9 SEC teams that played Tennessee before Florida also beat them. So it's not that big of a deal to beat Tennessee. And then, like you mentioned, 7 turnovers, and you still only win. What'd they end up winning by 25 points or something like that? So, you know, I mean, I don't know. If Alabama or Georgia ever gets 6 turnovers in a game against somebody, you better believe that score is going to be about 55-10.
And 10 only if we allow them to have a touchdown during garbage time.
No doubt.
Man, did you see? I'm not sure how religiously you watched the game, but you know how they were saying the Tennessee fans were just kind of hoping, you know, they were all staying around through halftime, hoping that they could have another big turnaround like they did 2 years ago against Florida. And the opening kickoff of the second half, the guy fumbles the ball, and then Florida immediately just walks into the end zone, barely. Like, it was the worst tackling attempts I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Then the commentators made a point to have the camera go on to the fans. They were already leaving right there, a couple seconds into the second half.
Yeah.
They had already given up.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
God,
bad.
it is just. I mean, I almost kind of want to feel bad for them after all this. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't because of Tennessee, but.
And you know they're losing their next 4.
Man.
They're losing their next 4 games. You know, they're going to be 2-6.
And if I'm not mistaken, after that they have Missouri, don't they?
Well, yeah, they're definitely losing their next 4. That'll put them at 2-6, and then their last 4 games is 1 Cupcake, and then Missouri, Kentucky, and Vandy. So I could see them finishing with 3 wins. Can you imagine if they fired Butch because it was the worst season we've ever had, 4 wins, and you bring a new guy in and he does worse?
You know, man, over the summer I contemplated calling in and asking you about that and just seeing, just speculating what if they actually did worse in 1-3, and because their schedule is so prime set up for that. They're going to lose these next 4 games. They might beat the Cupcake team, but they know they have to win out after this stretch here to be bowl eligible.
Yeah.
What happens when they lose to Missouri? They're no longer bowl eligible. Then they got Kentucky. Kentucky's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah. Kentucky would probably be
by the time they get to Vanderbilt. They'll throw that game away too.
Yeah, I mean, Georgia's a 32-point favorite. If Tennessee was playing Kentucky right now, Kentucky would probably be a 17 to 20-point favorite.
I agree. I think Vanderbilt would be a 10-point favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, Vanderbilt's owned them the last 6 games, 4 out of 6.
If Georgia's a 32-point favorite, let's say Georgia comes out and beats them, let's say 45 to 10. Okay, so that covers the spread. That's 35 points. What do you think the spread will be for the following week against Auburn, and then the week after that against Alabama?
You said it's a 32-point spread for Georgia?
Georgia's 32. Let's say Georgia wins by 35. So they covered a spread. So what do you think the spread would be the next week against Auburn, which I think I don't remember if they get Auburn at home or on the road, but not that it matters. But what do you think the spread's going to be against Auburn and Alabama? Is it going to it's going to be probably even in the 30s for Auburn, I bet you, and probably closer to 40 for Alabama.
I would say those are 2 good numbers. It might honestly just be the same 32 maybe 33 spread. The spread might go up a little bit if Tennessee, if Georgia covers it, then it's like you can only really just keep drastically enlarging that spread, right? Because
yeah.
they're going to keep playing, really good teams. With Alabama, yeah, you're right. It might be in the 40s.
Listen, there hasn't been very many times at all that Georgia's been a 32-point favorite over Vandy. I mean, there was 2-win Kentucky teams where teams weren't 32-point favorites over Kentucky. I mean, this is getting brutal here.
Do you think it's okay? I'm not going to say possible. Anything's possible, but this is just such a bad situation that Tennessee is in right now, don't you think? Because Florida, schools like Georgia, Florida, LSU, USC even, they've got a lot of things behind them that they're sitting on that even if they're in a bad spot, a good coach can come in and turn around almost immediately because of their recruiting areas and their name brand and all that. Tennessee had the name brand going for it, but it's really not the best recruiting location, particularly right now when they're surrounded by all these great recruiters to the south,
right,
the east, the north, even. And I mean, and not only that, Tennessee fans won't give it up, and they still expect greatness from the coaches that get there. That's got to be why the guy at Duke turned him down.
Oh yeah.
He's like, no way, I don't want to go deal with that.
Yeah, and you know what? That's where the disconnect is happening, because you've got fans that are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever, that still think Tennessee is the Tennessee of the 90s. Meanwhile, high school recruits were not alive the last time Tennessee even won the SEC. So this whole "we're Tennessee" thing means nothing to these 16, 17, 18-year-old kids who are trying to decide where they want to go to school at. Nothing. You got to sell them on some kind of hope and a prayer for 2 years down the road or immediate playing time because we suck real bad. This whole, showing them an orange tea, that ain't getting it done anymore.
Yeah, it's going to take a really, really good coaching hire. I mean, look what it took at Notre Dame. I mean, I'll continue ragging on Notre Dame until they finally, get with the modern times and join the conference. But
right.
Brian Kelly, it took him a while to do, granted, but he was able to turn things around up there. And they're pretty much in the same situation Tennessee's in. They got the name, but they got an awful recruiting location. They got a worse school because a lot of students don't even qualify academically, and then they don't want to go deal with all the restrictions up there. But they managed to do it. So obviously Tennessee can do it, but it's going to take a ridiculous coaching hire, in my opinion.
Yeah, and that's not likely to happen.
The call shorter.
Well, that's not likely to happen, an amazing coaching hire. I mean, 6, 7, 8 coaches turn the job down, and we're not talking about huge-name coaches here. I mean, Purdue, that Brom guy from Purdue turned the job down. The Duke guy, the Iowa State guy. I mean, these aren't – I mean, I don't – it's a mess, man. It's a mess.
Hey, man, can I get a 90s proof or loo for woe tie from you?
Whoa, tie, woo! Thanks for the call, man. Oh, man. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
Morning, Lou. It's Wade P. How are you?
Hey, Wade. What's up, buddy? I'm doing good.
So much. You know how you always talk about that the reason you hate South Carolina fans more than any other fan base is because you live close to them.
Yeah, it's geography. That's it.
That is me. That is me with Tennessee fans.
Oh, okay.
I live on the border, the Kentucky-Tennessee border.
Mm-hmm.
But the difference is, for you, at least, you have beaten South Carolina the vast majority of the years that you've been alive.
Yeah.
For me, it is the complete opposite. 2 wins in my entire lifetime. And I acknowledge that. But I was looking something up before I called you. The past 10 years, Tennessee has had 4 winning seasons. 3 of those under Butch Jones, who they claim to be one of the worst hires they've ever had. But 3 of their 4 winning seasons in the last 10 years came under him. Kentucky, and I'm not trying to say Kentucky's a more historic program, anything like that, but in the last 10 years has had 5 winning seasons. Tennessee's got to come to the realization that if Kentucky has more winning seasons in the last decade than they do, something is wrong. And yet, I still hear so many of them say that 6-6 is a realistic possibility with this schedule. And it is infuriating because when you go back to talk to them, they just say, yeah, right, coming from somebody who's only beat us 2 times in the last 30 years.
Right.
And you can't talk to them. It's like talking to a brick wall.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I hate to take up for Tennessee fan, and that's not really what I'm doing, but in the trash talk world, that's all you really have. You have to cherry pick any little I mean, I'll give my own personal example, but like Florida has owned Georgia for the last 27 years, really, from 1990 till now. So I don't talk about that. I talk about, well, we beat you last year, or we beat you 4 out of 7, or you know, and then Florida fan comes back and says, well, but you know, in our lifetime we're 20-7 against you, whatever, you know. So Tennessee fan has to pick out these things. I mean, that's all they can do right now. But you're hitting the nail on the head. That the Tennessee fan thinks they can bring a coach in, snap their fingers, and they're back to 1998, and that's just not going to happen. Tennessee, and I've said this on video a few times over the last couple of weeks. Tennessee's not had a bad season or two. I mean, it's been 10 years of really, really bad. So they have a long way to go.
Yeah. And also, I have to ask, did you ever imagine when you started this YouTube channel that you would have hundreds of people commenting every live show that are North Carolina fans, Clemson fans, Oklahoma fans, Ohio State fans? It's just crazy, and it's awesome. And one of the reasons I look forward to it so much is the fact that you have so many people from different teams, and it's usually the same ones, you know, Uncle Luke, Small Nappy, Hound Dog, that I enjoy coming back to talk to, and I think it's really unique because, like with Feinbaum, you do have some of the same callers every now and then, but here you get to see the same people, talk to the same people every single week, and I think that's really what makes your show unique.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And to answer the first part of that question, no. I mean, I still remember uploading YouTube videos years ago and being amazed that 50 people watched it. And I'm talking about not a live. I mean, if I'd have tried to do a live show 4 or 5 years ago, I'd have been lucky if 2 or 3 people were watching it. It's hard to get people to watch you live, and some of the live shows I do, we get up close to 200 people watching, and it blows my mind. It's just amazing to me. And so, I mean, I never thought I started this out of boredom. Really, I never thought it would turn into anything, and it has, and I enjoy doing it. I love doing this show. These live shows, no one cares about this, I know, but just to drive home the point, these live shows that I do make me the least amount of money, period. Me yelling into my phone for 5 minutes makes me the most amount of money, but I enjoy doing these shows. I like doing this. This is fun to me, and I'm so glad that people watch. I'm glad we have the callers, and if I could do more live shows a week, I would. I love doing the live shows. I'm so glad I started doing this, and it really means a lot to have you say that, and to have everybody watching and calling in and commenting. It still blows my mind, and I say this all the time, but I have the best, most loyal viewers and comment section on all of YouTube, and I mean that.
Yeah. One last thing, and I'll hang up. Do you think this is the year, possibly, I know it seems a little far-fetched, do you think that this year, counting the bowl games, that the SEC East could potentially have 4 9-win teams, and I'll hang up and let you answer that. Thank you for taking my call.
Yeah, thanks for calling in. I appreciate it. Yes, I do think the SEC could end up with 4 9-win teams. Georgia, I think, obviously, you have to consider is going to get to 9. It's looking more and more likely that Kentucky is going to get to 9, and I also think it's possible for South Carolina and Missouri to get to 9. Now, some of those teams are going to have to be including a bowl win there. I don't think 4 SEC teams are winning 9 games in the regular season, but I think it's possible 4 get to 9 with a bowl win. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
Hey, Lou.
What's up?
This is Hound Dog.
Hey, buddy. What's going on?
I just wanted to tell you that on the first part of the stream, I got a Sports Fury raid on your stream, and it got like 50 likes and everything. Unfortunately, you didn't see it, but it was really cool. We got, do you know Josh and Sean?
I don't know. Do I?
Okay, I don't know, but you'll have to look it up. But this weekend will be my 2 years watching your channel, going back to the Dobbs, Hail Mary, and everything.
Oh, yeah.
And I just really like your stuff.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I've been on different accounts, Natty Back Steve.
Okay. yeah.
I'm not one to call in usually, but I get kind of nervous. But
oh, you're doing good.
Anyways, have a good night.
Yeah, you too. I appreciate you watching. Thank you for the call. That was nice. Thank you. And yeah, I love that Natty Back Steve account. The funny troll accounts are my favorite. I mean, the people that make troll accounts, just to, well, you know what I'm talking about. But the funny ones are the best for sure. But good morning, though, and you're on with Uncle Lou, too.
Hello?
Yeah, good morning.
Hey, Uncle Lou, how's it going, buddy?
Man, I was going great, man. I hadn't heard from you in a while, though.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying. I'm always in school when you're doing your live stream.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just a sophomore, so I'm not like, I may be really retarded and dumb, but you had the live stream at night, so I was like, oh yeah, I get a chance to call in.
Yeah.
Call in.
Yeah.
And
Lucky us.
Also, a lot of the other times when I have had a chance, I haven't been able to get on. Like so many callers, I guess. I guess it's football season, so you have a lot more viewers or whatever.
Yeah.
So I've changed my predictions completely. They've unfortunately been a little inaccurate. But I did say Kentucky was a contender in the national championship. I said that they could be the dark horse at SEC, and I said this multiple times.
You did?
And it's proving my point. Yeah,
yep.
It is. I said they were a possible playoff contender. I didn't say national championship contender, but it's the same thing, sort of, you know. And it's really showing itself right now. They are 4-0, and they're going to go 15-0. Kentucky is going to win the national championship. SEC is the strongest conference in the United States of America. There's no doubt. You cannot even question that at this point. They have Alabama. They have Georgia. You know, they have Vanderbilt's a decent team this year. I mean, they're not that too bad. They're a pretty average team, I guess. But you know, they're up from the trenches this year. You know, you got teams like Texas A&M. They look pretty good, even though they're not ranked. They still look pretty good. Jimbo's doing a good job out there, and you know, LSU. So it's just completely clear they have the best conference in the country. So I think that they're gonna use that resume to get into the playoff picture. What do you think?
Makes a lot of sense, but you haven't even mentioned the fact that Kansas has 2 wins already.
Yes, I was going to get to that. Kansas, they're below my expectations. They're below what my expectations were, but they have 2 wins. I mean, it's absolutely outstanding. They blew out the national championship contenders in the Rutgers, 55-14, I believe. They have Kansas. I think had James Harden threw for about. Let's not talk about that. I don't forget who this quarterback's name is. Threw for 200 yards or whatever. It was a great performance by Kansas. Isn't
their quarterback's name Brett Kavanaugh?
Yes. He also serves. He did some questioning today also.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he was charged. I mean, they're trying to find him guilty of sexual assault or something like that.
That's terrible,
but he also
man.
does quarterback at the same time.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah, they also isn't that crazy how he can do quarterback and be nominated for the Supreme Court justice? I think that's absolutely amazing.
Well, Kansas only takes the best of the best. So.
Yes, absolutely. I completely agree with you. Doing the Supreme Court justice and playing football at the same time and being a Heisman contender, that's a lot of achievement in your life.
Unbelievable.
And even the girls are so mad they're coming out and making fake accusations against you.
Yeah.
That's just how, just like the running back from Oklahoma, Rodney Anderson. I remember that rape allegation right before the Rose Bowl. I don't know if you remember that. I don't know if you ever heard about it, but yeah. And Oklahoma State, man, my Cowboys. Oh, I still believe in them. I think they're going to make the playoffs. But that performance against Texas Tech was absolutely atrocious.
Don't they play Kansas? Don't they play Kansas this weekend? For real though?
They play Kansas. Yes, that's saying.
Yeah, Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State has to go on the road to play the Jayhawks. This is like a playoff semifinal, ain't it?
I think College Game Day should be there, but they're not going to be there. I think they're at Ohio State, Penn State. That game does not even compare to Oklahoma State, Kansas.
Yeah, ESPN doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah, ESPN, they just avoid the Big 12 as much as possible.
You know, I should take this show on the road next football season, and every Saturday morning I should go do this show live from a different game. And I would definitely be at the Kansas-Oklahoma State game if I was doing that.
Yes, absolutely. I just remembered something. I told you I would owe you an apology for saying that Georgia would lose to Austin Peay. Do you remember that?
Yep.
I'd like to make my apology. I'm sorry for talking all that smack. Georgia is an elite football team. Austin Peay is definitely a powerful football team, football powerhouse. But Georgia, I have all the respect for them, and I stand corrected. I shouldn't disrespect Georgia. They can do a lot of things, so they can't beat my Cowboys.
But it takes a real man to call in and admit when he was wrong and apologize, Mr. Johnson, and I sure do appreciate it. Thank you for the call. You're a 5-star caller, per usual. Yeah, he never lets us down, does he?
5-star caller.
706-510-6817 is the number if you want to try to be on the show. Then you can. I don't know.
I bust my ass, Lou. That's what I do every day. So you be careful who you mouth off to.
Good morning. You're on
jerk off.
Lou, yeah, I can hear you, and I'm doing great, though, and too.
Okay, cool. Who got Georgia playing, Lou?
Who have Georgia playing, Lou? Nobody.
Oh, that's right. Of course, nobody. It's a free 5 week. Congratulations, 5-0. Woo! Cuckoo, cuckoo. I want to say this real quick. I think the Notre Dame-Stanford game is going to be absolutely amazing. I think Bryce Love will do good. He's been struggling like every first half.
Yes, he has.
I kind of predicted him to go to New York for the Heisman finalist, but I guess I'm going to have to change that.
Yeah, me too.
So my Heisman final prediction is Greer to maybe Kyler Murray.
No love for Dwayne Haskins, huh? I see that all in the comments section. Ohio State quarterback Dwayne Haskins for Heisman. Hey, who have Ohio State played?
Exactly. Who got Ohio State playing, dude? Who got Oklahoma playing, Luke?
Dwayne Haskins sure did look good against Tulane, woo.
I think my SEC prediction is still
hey, if Ohio State would have put Dwayne Haskins at linebacker, woo, Oregon State wouldn't have scored 31 points, Lou.
Florida State, who got Florida State playing, me? Oh, that's right there, dumpster fire.
Oh man, I think Syracuse will upset Clemson.
I don't see that. What a nightmare. Hey, yeah, wouldn't that be so? What if Trevor Lawrence comes out and goes like 10 for 34 with 4 interceptions and no touchdowns, and Syracuse beats Clemson like 21-17, and Kelly Bryant's already moved out of his dorm room.
That's true, and Syracuse. Oh, I'm going to put a new prediction up for Syracuse. Looks like they're playing.
All right, hey, all right, thanks for the call. I gotta go. I'm sorry to hang up on you. Here, my knee just locked up on me. Ooh, that hurts. Hold on a second. All right, sorry about that, sir. That's pain you don't ever want to feel right there. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou, though.
Okay, you keep going on about Ohio State.
Well, who have they played? Well, you tell me, who have they played?
Well, I already told you this. They played TCU, but anyways.
TCU lost to Texas? Who have they played?
Okay. Let me explain. We're playing Penn State this weekend. So, if we beat Penn State, are you going to finally give us the respect we deserve?
When has Penn State won the Big Ten?
2 years ago in 2016.
And what year is it?
2018.
No, who have Ohio State played?
They didn't win it. They didn't win it last year because we won it. Oh my gosh. Okay. All I'm saying is Georgia hasn't played anyone either. And I honestly think we should be ahead of Georgia already. But if we win this weekend, like, I feel like we deserve to be ahead of Georgia and Clemson.
No.
Are you there?
Yeah. No.
Oh.
That's not happening. Clemson, maybe Clemson. You know why?
Who have they played?
Nobody, and neither is Georgia.
Neither has Ohio State. Who have they played?
You're calling in to talk about who Ohio State's about to play. That's like me telling you, well, we're about to play LSU and Kentucky. So,
okay.
I mean, South Carolina used to be ranked until we played them. I mean, they were beating us. I don't know if you remember that. All week they were beating us. So, and then we beat them by 4 touchdowns on the road. So.
Well, same thing with TCU.
Yeah, but then TCU lost to
ranked,
Texas.
And then we beat them.
South Carolina's only loss is to UGA. TCU can't beat anybody. They lost to Texas. So, South Carolina has 1 loss, and it's to UGA. So, TCU has 2 losses. So, that's not a good win anymore.
All right.
Penn State will be a good win.
Anyways. Yeah.
If you win, though.
I think so, too. Yeah. It's a big if. Yeah, we're in trouble with Nick Bosa being out, but we do have our head coach back, so
now
I think he'll lead us to
who
victory.
has he played?
Well, right now just Tulane, but playing Penn State this weekend. But that's my question. Like, are we
same
gonna
Penn
finally
State
get
that
the
almost got
respect?
beat by App State? That one? Is that the one that almost lost to Appalachian State?
Dude, we can sit here all day and say this team almost lost to this team lost to this team. You know.
Or we could talk about points scored the last time each team made the playoffs. Nah,
Well,
listen. This is going to be I picked y'all to win. I think I really don't think it'll be that close. I think you guys will win by a couple of scores. So.
Okay. Good.
I do think it's possible. I do think it's possible home game, weird things happen. Don't you want to lose, though? The winner of this game can't win the Big Ten. What's up with that?
No, I think the winner of this game does win the Big Ten.
Well, that hasn't been what's happened the last 2 or 3 years. The winner of this game hasn't won the Big Ten, so.
That's the winner of this game won the Big Ten last year. The winner of this game won the Big Ten in 2014.
Are you sure?
So I don't know who.
Who have you played? But who did you play?
The question you said the winner of this game hasn't won the Big Ten. Last year we beat Penn State. We won the Big Ten. Actually, in 2016, Penn State beat us. They won the Big Ten. Then in 2014, we beat Penn State. We won the Big Ten.
Are you making this up? Are you making this up?
No, I'm not making this up. I'm a diehard Ohio State fan. Like, I know this. I don't know who that was that called in earlier and said that, but that was totally wrong.
Well, Trace McSorley feels disrespected. So.
Why?
Well, people talking about Dwayne Haskins this and Dwayne Haskins that. Meanwhile, Trace McSorley been doing it for years. Leading passer in the Big Ten last year. How many times has Dwayne Haskins led the Big Ten in passing?
Well, I mean, he would have last year if he was the starter.
Couldn't even beat out J.T. Barrett.
Well, that's because we had Urban Meyer, who doesn't really. I don't know. I mean,
he doesn't. Urban Meyer said he doesn't. Urban Meyer said he doesn't recall why he started J.T. Barrett over Dwayne Haskins. He can't remember.
Yeah.
And he doesn't recall. He had a text message about it, but it got deleted. So.
Yeah. Maybe it did. Who knows? But, yeah, you say whatever you want about Urban Meyer, but he's a good football coach.
No doubt.
Yep.
All right, listen, I picked y'all to win. I could do this all day, but it'll be a good game. Listen, call us back next week and brag, beat your chest if you won, and give us the excuses if you lost. But I picked you guys to win. I think you'll get it done on the road. So.
Okay.
All right. Good luck. Good. We'll talk to you. Thanks for the call. Let me go ahead and give him one of these because he put up with a lot of
5-star caller.
Yeah, the only suck nut 5-star caller. Go Gators. Good morning. You're on with Uncle Lou.
What's up, Uncle Lou?
I don't know.
Hey, I'm an ACC man, and I'm just talking about, like, who you think we got bowl eligible this year and all that?
Who? What? When? What?
I'm talking about, like, the ACC, like, we getting you in football, like, Clemson beat Texas A&M and all that.
The ACC sucks in football, sir. You have one good team. Everyone else is in the toilet bowl.
Like who?
Georgia Tech, North Carolina, Miami, Florida State, NC State, Virginia, Wake Forest, Boston College, Virginia Tech, Virginia.
Has a good defense in the nation.
They have a good
okay. All right.
I mean, how many ACC teams are ranked? 2?
You got Duke.
See, that's my point. Duke is currently the 3rd best team in the ACC. That tells me everything I need to know. So, Clemson is an elite team. After that, the ACC is not good this year.
Yeah.
It hurts y'all that Florida State is terrible. Louisville is terrible. Miami, they made a quarterback change. They may be a decent team now. We'll see. But
I mean, I wish Notre Dame was in the ACC.
Who?
I wish Notre Dame was in the ACC too.
Oh yeah, well they need
us
to join a
better.
conference, no doubt about it. They play 5 ACC teams a year, but they're too good to be in a conference. They're better than the ACC. That's what they think. So.
Yeah, like they're better like every single sport.
Yeah, they still think Rudy's walking
yeah,
through that
that's
door,
the
but
only
he's
thing I
not.
wanted to say,
Waking up the echoes. They're trying to play
mean,
like a
like-
champion today. I mean,
Yeah,
the
I know you like
ACC.
Georgia fan.
I mean, the reality of the situation is this: the ACC is 5'0" nothing, 100 nothing.
Baffling. I mean, you just look at like who you think is like the worst conference in the nation right now. Like you got UTEP.
The worst
That's
conference in the nation.
Like 0-12 last year, and now they're 0-3.
Yeah, UTEP is terrible, but they're not a Power 5
I know.
team. So no one, who cares?
So which one you think is like the best Power 5? I mean, I don't know the SEC is probably big. You got Georgia.
The SEC is the best
Alabama.
conference this year, and it's not close. The Big
And
Ten
then
has
you
been a
see, like,
letdown. The Big Ten has been a letdown. The ACC's got too many of the
Yeah.
teams that the ACC counts on are terrible this year. The Pac-12 is the Pac-12. Nobody even remembers that they have a team.
yeah.
And the
I mean,
the Big 12 has
have
one
it.
elite team, one
And
really,
Florida.
really good team, and then a bunch of trash cans. So the SEC is the best conference this year, and it's not
know, like-
close. So.
I don't know what's going on with Florida people too. They're going crazy about it too.
Well, Florida people have
mean,
been crazy for a long time. So it's the
Yeah,
bath
them and
salts.
Tennessee.
It's the
But I
bath
think you
salts
guys
down
could
there.
win this weekend.
Oh, we're gonna beat Tennessee like they owe us money.
I mean, we
so.
got. Yeah. I mean, I'm a Duke fan. We got Virginia Tech this weekend, but I think we could get them because they
Yeah,
lost in
I picked y'all
last
to
week.
I picked y'all to win that
Plus, they
game. You
cooled
get them at
back.
home, so we'll see.
Yeah.
I think Duke's probably a little
Yeah,
bit
we
better
just
than
need,
Old
like,
Dominion.
2-0.
So
I mean, we got a quarterback out, Daniel Jones, but I hope he comes back in soon.
yeah, I think Alexander Jones pretty good. You got a good coach. You better hang on to him though. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Steve,
like-
you're not getting
we
Steve
got
Spurrier
Alabama
back, are you?
next year in the
Any
first
chance Steve Spurrier coming back there to coach or no?
You know.
Probably
But
not.
we have like Alabama next year in our first game. It's gonna be tough.
Duke can beat Alabama.
I hope we do. I don't know. It'd be a tough one.
All right. Well, good luck to
Yeah,
your
but-
Dukies this
all right.
weekend against
Oh.
Virginia Tech, and have a great morning. And thank you for the call, also and thank you. We're gonna end it. We'll do this again tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. So if you couldn't get through tonight, I'm sorry. I apologize. We'll do this again tomorrow afternoon at 3, and then of course we have the Saturday morning show at 9 a.m. Make sure you check those out if you can. Tomorrow will be the Georgia-Tennessee video that you all have been waiting for. I'm not sure. That should be uploaded around the regular time, like around lunchtime tomorrow. So make sure you check that out. It'll be a good one. The Come Get You Some video for Tennessee. That'll be posted tomorrow. Live show at 3, and then a live show Saturday morning. Thanks for all the calls tonight. They were great. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. Good morning to you guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys really, really soon. Good morning.